What's the weirdest thing your partner does that you've just accepted? Before we start with the first story, please hit subscribe and ring the notification bell to stay updated with us. Story 1. When he's alone, he talks to himself in third person, making comments on the things he's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, XX has done it again. He's made the best omelet in history for the third time this month. He's the man of the year. Look at him getting a glass and opening the fridge. Ooh, is he going for orange juice? Yes, he is. Okay, now he needs to do something, but what was it? Ah, right, the toast. The toast, everybody. He almost forgot the toast. Stuff like that. I'm glad he does it loudly. It's hilarious. Especially when he gets tired and stops mid-sentence, but keeps doing what he's doing in silence. Even funnier when he starts speaking again all of a sudden. Story 2. She usually dresses normally, but sometimes she goes through phases where she dresses like people from different eras. Like a 70 seconds disco phase outfit, or a 80 seconds rock chick outfit, or a 950 seconds dress outfit. It's one thing to do this for a day or something. She will do it for like 3 to 4 weeks straight, ordering clothes on Amazon to make new outfits, wearing the outfits to go grocery shopping or walking the dog, etc., and then she rinses and repeats every once in a while. She also will obsessively watch movies from that era when this happens. She has been doing this for 20 plus years. She is known in our neighborhood for doing this. Story 3. He lays on the floor to decompress, which isn't too bizarre. But he lays down in weird spots and occasionally accidentally scares the crap out of me. One time he was lying on the floor in the front entrance closet, petting the cat, and fell asleep. I just saw his legs on the ground sticking out from the closet. My first thought was that he had fallen, hurt himself, and was unconscious. But he was just snuggling the cat. Another time, I couldn't find him anywhere in the house and started to freak out. But he was lying on the back deck on his belly, talking to the skunk that lives under the deck. This was at night, so all I see is a man sprawled on the deck in the dark. Scared me silly. Story 4. He always finds random objects around the house to make into a hat for me. Fresh laundry, hat random plushies, hat bubble wrap, hat, then he makes one for himself. We take a funny picture and hang it on our hat photos wall. This makes me so happy. I adore your partner for this because my dad did this. Rummage in a Goodwill and find a kid's Easter basket or a pink beach bucket? Hat. Going to Target in the kitchen aisle and see a jumbo strainer? Hat. Find a small orange safety cone in the hardware store? Hat. Then stand there, expressionless, until one of us notices him peering over the aisle at us. He never makes an expression, totally deadpan, which was also hilarious. I miss you, Dad, and your crazy funny hats. I'd love to see a pic of the hat wall. Story 5. My wife says no to almost everything I ask her to do. If I ask her to bring me toilet paper because I'm out, she will say no but then proceed to bring it to me. It's her way of practicing being able to say no. I do this too, but purely because I think I'm being hilarious. I always get up and do the thing while I'm saying it, just to make sure the other person knows I'm not serious. Sometimes I do a little monologue, why would I ever do something like that? Etc., etc. While getting them a glass of water. That's really interesting. What a fascinating way to realize one's agency to agree or not to agree. And then to come and do it anyway, not because they were asked, but because they wanted to, after being asked. Story 6. My husband occasionally talks in his sleep, and will also laugh like a little girl in his sleep. It absolutely cracks me up and creeps me out at the same time. My partner has some kind of condition in which his brain doesn't suppress his body's movement during dreams. So whatever he dreams he's doing, he does. But in the bed lying down, he doesn't get out of the bed or sleepwalk. Most of the time it's kicking, punching, and running. But whether he's yelling or just speaking, it's always in a creepy, high-pitched voice, like Pennywise on helium. I stopped sleeping in the same bed after one particularly bad time, when he elbowed me in the face twice. I yelled in response and woke him up. He said, "Sorry, I dreamed I was being chased by a guy with a bird hand." To this day, he can't remember if the bird hand was a talon, a wing, or an actual full bird as a hand. We received a glass and wrought iron bird claw tchotchke from a friend recently, and after being puzzled for a while, we remembered that we had told her the bird hand story. Story 7. Suffered from severe, debilitating night terrors for years. I would run down the stairs, out the front door, and wake up in our neighbor's yard. I had to start sleeping in the guest room because my wife couldn't sleep. I saw several doctors, had several sleep studies including a painful 24-hour electroencephalogram, scans, tests, tried all kinds of medications. Nothing helped. After my father died, I had a massive panic attack. Bad enough that they kept me overnight at the hospital. The next week, my PCP started me on Lexapro. Haven't had a panic attack since, and the night terrors also stopped. All the sleep doctors are shocked. I know this isn't really the point of this thread, but I just wanted to share. I suffered with night terrors for years and the relief has been miraculous. Story 8. He gets very concerned about his socks to the point he will count them when he's folding laundry and get irritated when he can't find all of them. Then he accused me of doing something with them, like I would do anything with his stupid socks. It is due to OCD, and I hate it. Gives me immense anxiety. I do it with socks, underwear, clothes, shoes, personal items, etc. I act like a lunatic, and afterwards, I feel bad about the whole situation. But the next day is the same thing. It's like a loop in my head that never ends. I also struggle with making the most insignificant decisions. I can be half an hour staring at my sock drawer, and my brain can't choose one pair. I know it is not a big deal, it is just socks. And I get it, I have self-awareness. But still, my brain gets wrapped around these little stupid things. My partner must think I'm insane, but he just laughs or tells me to go have a toke. Story 9. This was basically my biggest fight I had with a partner early on. We were on a road trip and she had done laundry for both of us. I was of course very appreciative, but while I was folding mine, I was missing one sock. She helped me look for a minute but quickly stopped, as it's such a minor issue in her eyes. Meanwhile, I was going crazy for over an hour, and was repeatedly asking if she had checked X, Y, and Z. She said she had and was getting so frustrated with me and yelling, "Why does it even matter, who cares," etc. Eventually found it under a pile of her stuff, which just made her more mad. BC, she was wrong, lol. I can't stand having stuff go missing, especially half of a pair of something. And these weren't cheap socks. We ended up being super close and best friends for years, but recently no longer together in any capacity. Story 10. Anything that could go or fit on top of anything else is called a hat. There are no lids, there are no covers, there are no toppers or caps. We have a top loader freezer. She wouldn't say close the lid, she'd say put the freezer hat back on. Bottle caps? No. Bottle hats. Does the pot of boiling water have a lid? Nope. It has a hat. Wine bottle stopper? Try again, that's a hat. Trash bin cover? Trash bin hat. There are hats and only hats. Edit to add that she's a native English speaker, but her family is Lithuanian. I think it's something she picked up from her dad as a kid and it just became a habit. She is aware that it's goofy. Story 11. Eat ice. Like all the time she's crunching down a tray of ice. It's weird and annoying, but I love her. I used to do it a lot. Turned out I was mostly anemic. But I've seen how different waters will have different tastes, so I won't chew on some ice, but other ices I would love. And there's different types of ice formations that have a different feel, so one that is frozen at the bottom of the freezer will be very dense and it won't pop because of the heat of my mouth, but the ice frozen at the top of the freezer will fluff out like a cake being baked, and it'll pop and crack, and pieces of it will shatter in my mouth. So I realized I love ice, chewing on it, even when not anemic. And I realized I can drop it anytime I want to, but there were times when I'd be addicted to it. Yes, it can be very annoying to people who don't understand, or who feel it in their own teeth, or just hate the constant crunch. But mostly when I found out it'll be very annoying to my dentist, I made an effort to quit, and I haven't done it a long while, but give me ice, I will chew it. I actually ask for extra ice in all my ice drinks, and sometimes I ask for only ice in a large cup separately, even if I have to pay for the extra cup, haha. Do get her checked for anemia, and do gently point out to her it's not good for teeth. Story 12. BF is a biologist, and absolutely cannot stop himself from interacting with any animal, insect, bird that his brain has deemed interesting. I've spotted him softly talk to bugs and bees when he thinks no one's looking. Also, as long as he has deemed it safe. If we spot a snail, and he's really good at spotting snails, it's insane. He will pick it up no matter the circumstances. We've spent hours in parks, sanctuaries in one single spot if he's spotted a cool lizard or an animal because we must make new animal friends. His parents tell me all the different insects, bugs, and tiny animals he used to bring to them as a baby. LMFAO. Story 13. Lose her all the time. I never thought I would be the organized one in the relationship, but I have routines for where my stuff goes. Keys hang on the wall by the front door, sunglasses hang next to that. Wallet, pen, and knife go on the table just below. Her sunglasses can literally be anywhere. I found them in the freezer, behind the toilet in the bathroom, and tucked between the cushions on the couch. Her tiny purse that she carries ID, CCS, and a little cash is the same. It could be anywhere. So when it's time to go do something outside, she's very rush, let's get going now, until it comes time for her to find the purse, sunglasses, and keys. Then it's stand around and wait, or help her find them. I've started adding 10 minutes to our timelines just for that reason. I find it somewhat endearing. But man, I wish she'd just put her crap where it goes. Edit. Some of you never go outside, and it shows. Story 14. Can I say what I do that my partner has accepted? One day I woke up and my now husband told me, "You're really creepy to sleep next to. Do you know that?" I asked him why, what happened. What did I say or do? I talk in my sleep when I'm stressed and say odd things like, "Where are my moon boxes? The stars are bleeding." He said he woke up in the night and saw me lying flat on my back with both arms outstretched to the ceiling, like I'm waiting for the aliens to come pick me up. I slowly reached one arm over to scratch my outstretched arm, then slowly reached over to scratch the other arm. I resumed outstretching. I then slowly lowered both arms to the bed. I told him, I thought I outgrew that as a kid because I used to wake up as a child because my arms would be tired from holding them towards the ceiling all night. We like to call it my I'm trying to phone into the aliens sleeping move. Oof. Edit. I love that one of my highest upvoted Reddit comments is about me doing something silly in my sleep and finding out there are other people out there that do this exact same thing, and I feel a little less alone and a little more normal. Story 15. Well, there's two things. One, I just accept and let it go. The other, I still get agitated with and say something. So, the first one is the nervous laughter bit. Whenever she's talking to someone she doesn't know really well, she does a lot of loud, nervous laughter. I've accepted that one and usually try to jump in and help her out so her laughing calms down. I feel like that one is my duty. The second one I simply can't let go. The funny part is, I don't get agitated at her, I get agitated for her. She has a habit of apologizing for random things for which no apology is necessary. For example, if she's walking out of an elevator and people are in the way, which they shouldn't be because people getting off come first, otherwise no one can get on, she will not only say excuse me, but she will apologize. I know it's a nervous thing, but I always say out loud, "Don't apologize for doing nothing wrong, love." And then I'll loudly say excuse me and start pushing through anyone in the way. They should be apologizing for being in the way when they are the ones breaking the normal flow and etiquette of elevators. So even though I'm agitated, it's not at her. It's more that I don't want my love to be apologizing to rude idiots. Alright folks, that's a wrap. If you like this, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You can also share your those in the comment below.